argument's not the same as contradiction.
Can be.
No, it can't. An argument's a connected series of statements to establish a definite proposition.
Get excited about Wednesday.
It's the morning.
When I was your age, we didn't have alarm clocks.
Buckle up, because it's going to be a bumpy ride.
A lot of people are going to find you annoying.
And you drive them insane all over again.
Hosting a radio show is fun.
So this is going to make me happy?
Yeah.
My friends tell me I have a wicked sense of humor.
Ah, this is gonna be fun.
Showtime.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sand Hills. It is Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams. Matt is off today, getting one of those medical procedures, routine medical procedures. One of those tailpipe look-arounds. They looked for his brain in his head, couldn't find it, so they're looking elsewhere for it. You know how it is. Anyway, he'll be back tomorrow. About 10 pounds lighter. Don't forget, of course, we are being seen around the world on our live video stream. That's available to you on our website at talk973.com. One click will get you to the video. If you're on a mobile device and want to watch it, well, you can do so with the YouTube app. Just put Mornings with the LeaderMan in the search, LeaderMan all one word. And after you do that, it'll pop up there and say live now, and you tap that, you're there. If you're just needing our crystal clear digital audio stream, well, we suggest the TuneIn app, TuneIn or iTunes, either one. And you can get us there. Just put WEEB into the search. And if you're on a website at talk973.com, in the upper right-hand corner of every web page, there's an icon that says Listen Live. Just tap that, and that's how easy it is to listen. One tap, and you're listening. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area, well, this heat wave continues. I had to cut the air conditioner on this morning. Here it is, middle of winter. Real seriously. Today is what? The 21st. Dead center of winter. And people wearing shorts, flip-flops, tank tops, and exposing a lot of white leg out there. But more seasonable-like temperatures will creep back in here next Wednesday into Thursday. So how long it stays, I don't know. Right now, though, for today, summer is here. Look for part. I don't think we'll see any more snow this season. Not at this pace, but you never know. Partly cloudy today, high of 81 tonight, partly cloudy 62. Sunshine tomorrow on 78. Tomorrow night 58. Friday more sunshine 76. Well, at least your wash job on your car will last a few days. But over the weekend, well, chance of rain works its way in. Not a big chance. It'll be 20% throughout the weekend and through Monday, but still it's got to be put in there. You know how it is. You wash your car on Friday, it'll get a trickle of rain and goof it up on Saturday. But anyway, over the weekend, Saturday 78, Sunday 79, Monday's night 69, Tuesday 62. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are south-southwest at 8, visibility 5 statute miles, so headlights on. Pressure is 3048, humidity maxed out at 100%, dew point 65. So that means what, boys and girls? Sticky. That's right. It's above the magic number of 63. And it's foggy and 65 degrees right now here at Talk 97.3 FM and 990 AM WEEB. All right, well, let's jump right into our sound bites this morning. Thinking about getting a new home security system for your home or car or boat or some kind of property? Well, we have the perfect new one that's just hit the market for you.
With her version of the national anthem, Fergie may have scared away viewers from the NBA All-Star Game. But now, she's scaring away possible intruders with the Fergie Ferg Home Security System. A break-in at your home? Let Fergie's mezzo-soprano tones terrify would-be burglars. Fergie's got America singing a different tune, and the melody's all about home security with the Fergie Ferg Home Security System. And for your car, Fergie says boom, boom, pow to possible car thieves. Let Fergie's lovely lady lumps protect your home, family, and property. Fergalicious? More like Securalicious. Is it alarming? Yes. Yes, it is. The Fergie Ferg Home Security System.
Well, if you are at home and you hear the ding-dong on your doorbell, well, it won't be a burglar because we're into Girl Scout cookie selling time of the year.
They're out there, roaming the neighborhood, outside the stores, and at your front door. The Girl Scouts, now selling.
There you go. Another thing out there, probably like me, there's so many apps out there. And I caution you against getting a ton of apps in your phone because you're talking about things that will just chew your battery up. You know, if you need the app, get the app, is what I say. If it really enhances your life, then get it. But just to get every app loaded in to see what it does, and then you leave it alone and you never use it, and it's still clogging up space and still tapping into your battery and still downloading a bunch of commercials behind your back and slowing down your processor. You just want to be careful about you need to do what I do. I call keeping my phone clean. And go in there. If you haven't used the app in a year, get rid of it. What good is it? You can always re-download it should you need it someday. And another thing I go through probably once a month, I go through the application manager and check on every single app, and I force it to shut off unless I know it needs to be running. I got an AT&T phone, so I'll leave the AT&T stuff running. But here's the thing. If the phone needs it, it will start it back up. If the phone needs it, it will start it up. So you can shut it off and it will start back. But some of these apps got, like Facebook and the like, got built-in starters into little suckers that you got to watch. And but you can go and force the shutdown, not uninstall it. You just force shutdown. And you force stop is what it says on mine. and it stops it, and that way it can't drain the battery. It's not running in the background. It's not eating up your processor. Now, good, well-written programs kind of run, like to stay on and not eat up your battery, because you can go and monitor, see which programs are using all your power up. You can go to, I think it's the usage gauge in there, and it'll tell you app by app which one's eating up your bandwidth and everything else. But use the force stop and cut those suckers off. You'll find a great performance enhancement of your battery. And it'll also be quicker and less sluggish and things like that. It'll move a lot quicker. And when your thing starts getting all gunked up and sluggish and you're tapping and things aren't happening, then that's the time to go into your applications manager and start cutting those suckers off, because they crept back on somehow, or you accidentally tapped one and you backed out of it, but you never went and cut it off. And there it is, running in the background, downloading all its little commercials, because that's the scam that these apps play to the advertisers. They sit there and tell them, we got 1 million people who have downloaded our app. Come advertise with us. Well, it doesn't mean that those ads are being seen. You know, they take up such a small little window on the screen in most cases. Most people don't even see them. They're there, but, you don't see them. You can see them, but you don't see them. You know what I'm saying? But in the background, when they're not being viewed, they're still downloading commercials on your bandwidth. And these clowns are going back to their advertisers and say, "Oh, you had over 1 million people download your commercial." And the advertisers, "Oh boy, this is really working for me." No, it's not. They forced it down and nobody saw it. It's just a waste of dollars. But it's their dollars, not yours. But it is eating up your bandwidth. It is eating up your processing speed. It is eating up your storage space on your machine. So I would force shut down on every single app that you got, and then let them start up if needed. They will start up if needed. All right. Speaking of apps, Google Wallet and Android Pay are out there. That's where you use your phone to pay for things. Well, they're being replaced now. Yeah, if they hadn't already confused you, they were going to confuse you some more. With a new Google app called Google Pay. So now it's not going to be Google Wallet or Android Pay. It will be Google Pay, period. So prepare, my friends, to be real confused on this.
Google rolled out its new Google Pay for Android. It's kind of like Apple Pay, only not really. And it replaces Android Pay and Google Wallet, because those are two apps, but this is just one app. So now Google Wallet is known as Google Pay Send. Download it today, even though you may end up with Android Pay until the updates are available for everyone. And pretty soon, people in the United States will be able to exchange money Venmo style. And who even knows what the hell that is? Screw it. Here's my debit card. I mean, I would offer you cash, but nobody even takes that anymore.
Well, there's plenty of stupid to go. Clint Eastwood said it right one time. He said, he was in a movie. He says, I forget which movie it was, but it was Clint at his best. He says, the good Lord sure must love stupid people. And other person says, why do you say that? He says, because he made so many of them. Speaking of which, a woman in Iowa called 911 not once, not twice, but 3 times to report a clogged toilet. Now, stupid can get you arrested if you misuse 911. One time they actually responded. Her name is Loretta Jones. Police said alcohol was involved. Big surprise there. This clip has part of one of her calls and a comment from Cedar Falls Police Chief Jeff Olson on it, too.
911, what's the exact location of your emergency?
My emergency is there's no, I cannot do the toilet. I cannot do anything in this arena.
She called 5 different times about calls that were clearly not a police matter. And each time the dispatcher told her that's not a police matter. You need to call, your cable subscriber, a plumber. You can't be calling 911.
Okay, just a warning there for you. Well, a British tourist in India saw a cow with a huge hump on its back. So she started singing My Humps as a joke. And then the thing rammed her and sent her flying. Her name is Melissa Melville. She's 25 years old. She's going to be okay, but her face was a little messed up in this.
I was just leaving the fort, and we were walking back to our hotel, and I saw a cow, and it had like a really big hump. And I just thought, wow, what a big cow. I started singing a song related to humps. It's called, it's by the Black Eyed Peas. It's called My Humps. Anyway, I started walking past the cow, and it just headbutted me. And like I really got some air, and I went flying, and I fell down, and I've got like a mark on my leg, and my shoulder's really painful, and landed on my face, as you can see.
Yeah.
It's really painful. I'm not sure why I'm laughing. It really hurts, actually. It's just quite funny, I suppose. Like cows, you never expect this. I don't think it's broken. We can't tell. There's a lot of blood, and immediately somebody stopped with a tuk-tuk. And we got in there, and they took me to the hospital. I think I was in the hospital within like 5 minutes, if that. So mainly it's like shock. Also, I think maybe my face is slightly pickled.
Well, don't be staring at cows, particularly bulls. Bulls don't like to be stared at. You get angry reactions like that. And then they definitely don't like to hear the song My Humps. You don't sing that to an angry cow. Fergie tried it, and she paid the price, too.
My hump, 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 my hump. My lovely lady loves, my lovely lady loves,
Yeah, didn't end well for her either. Oh, yeah, here we go. Olympic news. With crybaby Lindsey Vonn, Miss, he isn't my president. I don't represent him. That hurt Lindsey Vonn. Mm-hmm. Well, she did win a bronze yesterday in her final Olympic downhill race. Prior to that, she kept falling. And she was pretty emotional afterwards. Here's the tears of Lindsey Vonn, who won't recognize her, our president, and looks down her little snooty nose at you if you voted for Donald Trump.
It's been really hard for me not to get emotional for so many reasons, especially because of my grandfather, and I wanted to win so much because of him. But I still think I made him proud, and our family never gives up, and I never gave up. I kept working hard, and I am really proud of this medal, and I know he is too. And it's been fun. It's been a fun ride, and I hope tomorrow I can maybe pull something out of the hat. But it's sad. This is my last downhill. I wish I could keep going, I have so much fun. I love what I do. My body just probably can't take another 4 years, but I don't know. I'm proud. I'm proud to have competed for my country. I'm proud to have given it my all, and I'm proud to hopefully come away with a medal.
Well, it's hard for me to get all happy for a girl who thinks I'm an idiot, just the way I feel. But anyway, you go ahead and pat yourself on the back there, Lindsay. Keep on patting, and keep on putting down half of America while you do it. Let's see. Leslie Jones and Adam Rippon were commenting on ice dancing together at the Olympic yesterday. They're looking at footage from the short dance of Tessa Virtue and Scott Morey, I guess I hope I get those right, who won the gold medal. Anyway, here's Leslie and Adam's commentary.
Their program is insane.
Okay, first of all, wait a minute. Yeah.
Look at her.
Yes, that is an outfit right there. Every outfit she's put on, I want to wear to the club. Look, ooh.
Steamy.
Are they getting in trouble for how sexy they are?
Oh,
Never.
No.
Not once.
When I watch her, sometimes I feel like I can feel like my hair growing.
Right.
What's that like?
She just makes me feel like a woman.
I get that. I get it. Yeah.
They are hot. Are they dating?
I don't know.
Yeah, they date. There's no way you can do that together and not date. They done kissed each other at least once.
This is my favorite part. Right here, the ending.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good.
That's if they wasn't dating, they dating now. That's for sure.
So that's it. You're a television commentator.
Yes, I am.
Okay, enough of that. Other Winter Olympics news this morning. The men's hockey team lost 3-2 to the Czech Republic yesterday. It's kind of hard to win hockey if you're the men, because now, now pros can play and all that stuff. And, all the pros from around the world come here to America, and they're the ones that are on the hockey team. That's why you can't ever pronounce any of their names, because most of them come from elsewhere. But most of them live here, work here, make their money here. Many of them have become U.S. citizens here. But when it comes time for the Olympics, it's like, you, America, we're going to go play for our home country. And we don't have anything left on the team. All we got are homegrown Americans. Nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying, the ones that get all the playtime on the ice for all our hockey teams are playing for their motherland and not for the ones that are paying them all year long. So it's hard to win, but anyway, here's the end call of the game.
This is it. Bobby Butler must score to keep this game alive for the U.S. And he does not. The Czech Republic wins. They will advance to the medal round.
Okay. And Will Smith says he likes Black Panther. This coming from a man who gave us that. I can't remember the names of the movie because it's too early to remember. But remember the one with his son where they sat in some stupid spaceship and wrote it down and all this crap, and then he chased zombies and what are some other ones? Just he's had a couple good movies. We'll give him that. 4th of July wasn't bad. Some others, but he's had some real losers lately. I mean, losers. So I'm not so sure I would take his endorsement of a movie except with a grain of salt, because he thought he could make his son a star because he was starring the movie with him, and he produced it, and meaning he put up the money for it, so more power to him there. But even that couldn't make his son into a star, and then someone to be a rapper, so he produced some rap songs for him that went nowhere other than in the dust pile on the floor. But anyway, here's Will's assessment of the Black Panther.
Chadwick, Michael, Lupita, Daniel, Forrest, Angela, Ryan, congratulations. Denai, what you have done is spectacular. I watched the film, a couple of days ago, and it damn near got brought to tears. You guys have challenged and potentially even shattered a lot of long-held false Hollywood beliefs.
All right, yada, yada, yada. We get it. They're just the greatest because Will Smith said so. But boy, I had to sneeze. Benedict Cumberbatch is doing a contest for charity, and he's promoting it with a dramatic reading of I'm a Little Teapot. If you donate, you can win tea time with Another sneeze. If you win, you can win a tea time with Benedict, plus tickets to the premiere of Avengers Infinity War. Here's Benedict.
I'm a little teapot, short and stout. This is my handle, and this is my spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Tip me over and pour me out.
Kind of the dark side of the Little Teapot song that I learned, isn't it? Anyway, here's Benedict explaining the contest and doing some vocal warm-ups where he uses his own name as tongue twisters.
Benedict Cumberbatch, meta-feminist lumberjack. Benedict Cumberbatch, meta-feminist. Oh, hello. You caught me doing my standard vocal warm-up exercises. Actually, I'm glad you're here because I've got a question for you. Yes, you who aren't paying attention. Pay attention. I suppose I should explain. I am Benedict Cumberbatch, actor, and I'm teaming up with Amaze to fly you and a friend out to Los Angeles to attend the world premiere of my next student film, Avengers Infinity War, which, for those of you who don't speak American accents, is Avengers Infinity War. And seeing as, well, we'll be in LA at the same time, it's the perfect opportunity for us to meet for tea and delightful conversation. But the best part of this is that every donation benefits the Gianco Foundation. Their mission is to save and transform the lives of the poor and vulnerable in Africa, and they're a charity very dear to my heart. So for your chance to help with that great cause, to have tea with me, and to win two, not one, but two tickets to the premiere of Avengers Infinity War, click the link or go to omaze.com/Benedict. Benedict. Just once I was saying that for clarity. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a little bit more work to do on my warm-up. So, Benedict Cumberbatch. Benedict Cumberbatch. Benedict Cumberbatch broke a delicate luggage rack. Benedict Cumberbatch broke a delicate luggage rack. Benedict Cumberbatch broke a delicate luggage rack.
The actors in a different world from the rest of us. You remember the movie Anchorman? It's one of those lousy Will Ferrell movies where they did their vocal warm-ups too in that movie. Remember?
Unique New York. Unique New York. A tarantula enjoys a fine chewing gum. Chewing gum. Snoopy was stabbed by a spear. The Human Torch is denied a bank loan. The arsonist has oddly shaped feet. The arsonist. Ho ho! Ho 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 ho!
All right, that's enough of the unfunny. Okay, moving on. This day in history. This being the 21st day of February all day long. Middle of summer. Yeah. I mean, winter. Right. Yeah, now I had it right the first time. Summer. It's on this day 152 years ago in 1866, Lucy B. Hobbs Taylor became America's first female dentist. 140 years ago in 1978 in New Haven, Connecticut, the first telephone directory was issued. It contained 50 names. Does anybody use one anymore? 87 years ago, in 1931, Alka-Seltzer first was introduced to Plop Plop Fizz Fizz. It was Julianne Margulies' dad who helped come up with that Plop Plop Fizz Fizz ad campaign. I don't know if you remember it or not.
You worked too hard, you ate too much, the cheesecake made you greedy. Let your aching head and stomach hear this message from old Speedy. Alka-Seltzer, plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is. Those Speedy bubbles relieve your upset stomach and headache fast. For acid indigestion alone, Alka-Seltzer Gold. Oh, what a relief it is. What a relief.
There you go. A blast from the past, as they say. Other things happening on this day in history. 71 years ago in 1947, Edward H. Land demonstrated the first self-developing instant camera. It produced a black and white photo in 60 seconds. He called it the Polaroid. 60 seconds later, he invented the instant amateur photography. Where's Polaroid today? Oh, yeah, not around. Digital. Took away the real art of photography. Let's see. 52 years ago, 1966, 1 million BC. 1 million years BC. Remember that one? Yeah, everybody had that Raquel Welch poster on their wall at the age of 12 or 14. You know, and puberty started hitting. 52 years ago, 1968, the minimum annual salary for Major League Baseball players became $10,000. Last year, it was $507,500. Yeah. 48 years ago, 1970, the Jackson 5 debuted on American Bandstand. In 81, Dolly Parton's 9 to 5 hit the number one spot. In 1992, Christy Yamaguchi won the Olympic gold medal in women's figure skating. You know, a lot of people are saying, I've heard it from a whole lot of folks, well, the ratings are way down on the Olympics. The Americans just aren't winning. And so you're sitting there tuning in, and you're seeing a whole lot of, you know, just other countries participating. Americans get eliminated, and you just don't get to see them. So it's just gotten super boring, if you ask me. And like I said, when you, okay, they do downhill slalom. Well, it's not a group of guys going downhill. It's one at a time. That's like watching time trials at a NASCAR race. One car on the racetrack. And 3 commentators talking about a car going around in a circle. You know, it really wears thin after a while. That and a gazillion commercials to pay for all that junk. I don't know. The Winter Olympics just don't have it like the Summer Olympics where you actually race side by side and things like that. I know they have the ice skating races. There's a little bit to that, but there's just not enough of those type of events to hold your attention all night. The bobsledding, come on. 4 guys jumping a bobsled, and, you know, you watch them go down a track, you know, one half a second at a time because they got to have 100 cameras coming down for you to see the different angles of that track. But it's just extraordinarily boring to me. If you enjoy it, you know, more power to you. I hope you have a great time with it. Birthdays today. Let's see. Anybody we know? Not really. Charlotte Church is 32. Jordan Peele from Key and Peele is 39. Jennifer Love Hewitt, she's 39. So are her pair. Billy Baldwin, 55. Christopher Atkins, 57, from the Blue Lagoon. Easy for me to say. The Blue Lagoon. Kim Coates from Sons of Anarchy is 60 years old today. Jack Coleman from Heroes is 60. Kelsey Grammer, 63 years old, from Cheers and Frasier. All right, currently here in the Sand Hills area, we're looking at foggy 65 degrees, so headlights on, visibility just 5 miles. We'll update you on all your weather next and follow that up with all your latest news and sports. It all starts right now.
We are starting our Wednesday morning with plenty of clouds and fog around, and it shouldn't be quite as dense as what we woke up to Tuesday morning. Later this afternoon, it becomes partly cloudy. It's warm, the high in the upper 70s to low 80s. Tonight is partly to mostly cloudy, and fog develops after midnight. It's warm with the low in the low 60s. Tomorrow, we'll start off with low clouds and fog, partly to mostly cloudy in the afternoon. Cannot rule out a shower. The high temperature in the mid-70s to about 80 degrees. I'm Mike Mays in the North Carolina News Network Weather Center.
97.3 FM and 990 AM. WPDB Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen. And on the web at talk973.com.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. They may be too young to vote, but they're not too young to speak their minds, and that's what a delegation of Florida high school students is doing today, meeting with Governor Rick Scott and state lawmakers to lobby for changes in gun laws. These are students from the Parkland, Florida high school where 17 people were massacred a week ago. Also today, President Trump will be talking school safety with students and teachers. White House correspondent Greg Clugston.
Among those attending today's listening session here at the White House are people from the Parkland tragedy, as well as people affected by past school shootings in Columbine, Colorado, and Newtown, Connecticut. It's the first of 2 days of such meetings. Tomorrow, the president will meet with state and local officials to discuss school safety and gun violence.
The White House says the president is committed to a comprehensive response to the problem of school shootings.
There's not a quick and there's not a simple answer, but we want to make sure that we're addressing the problem, and we want to make sure that we're meeting and talking with as many people that not only are affected, but that play a role in this process as possible.
White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders. Several states could see severe flooding and other weather-related issues amid a storm system that's brought rain, ice, and snow to the Midwest and the Great Plains. Covington, Kentucky resident Raylene Gerber keeping an eye on the raging Ohio River.
Oh, it's just crazy. I can't believe how much it has risen. It's just really, really gone quickly for sure. But there's this draw that just brings you down here and you keep coming back to watch it.
She talked with WCPO-TV. Apparently, Vice President Pence was supposed to meet with North Korean officials during his recent visit to South Korea. The State Department says the North pulled out of the meeting at the last minute, apparently upset about another round of U.S. sanctions, as well as Pence's remarks about human rights. Wall Street, Dow futures down 35 points, NASDAQ futures 10 points higher. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
It's probably been about 10 years ago. I had quite a few credit cards. The interest on the cards was really high. I was making the minimum payments, but barely. And it was just getting to be too much, so I called Trinity.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976 to talk to a certified counselor.
They met with me, and they were able to get all of my credit cards in one lower payment.
Trinity will consolidate your accounts into one easy-to-manage monthly payment, put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands.
They did help me learn how to manage my money. Now, we have a house, and we're doing a lot better.
If your debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976.
My name is Holly, and I am debt-free for keeps.
1-800-990-6976.
The final version of a landmark deal aimed at lowering trade barriers in some of the Asia-Pacific's fastest-growing economies has been released.
The Trans-Pacific Partnership is intended to stimulate commerce by removing tariffs and other barriers to international trade. Japan is the largest economy taking part. China is not involved, and the US has pulled out, although President Trump has recently suggested the possibility of re-engaging. However, the revised agreement has dropped some provisions that were originally included to satisfy the US, including rules on patent protection. The agreement is controversial. The Australian Council of Trade Unions described it as a win for corporate power.
The BBC's Andrew Walker. Philippine justice officials asking a court to formally designate the Communist Party of the Philippines and its armed wing, the New People's Army, as terrorist groups. News and analysis at townhall.com. Some doctors and other healthcare workers in hot water in West Virginia and Virginia.
Federal prosecutors announced a 69-count indictment yesterday, charging 10 doctors and the owners and managers associated with Hope Clinic with conspiracy to distribute oxycodone and other controlled substances in West Virginia and Virginia. Hope Clinic had offices in Beckley, Beaver, and Charleston, West Virginia, and in Wytheville, Virginia. Prosecutors alleged the scheme operated from 2010 to 2015, and the defendants laundered drug proceeds by paying bonuses to physicians and employees of a patient screening firm to encourage prescribing opioids. 13 people were charged overall. I'm Mike Rossi.
Police in Sparta, New Jersey say a movie theater had to halt a showing of Black Panther after a woman yelled a racial slur, upsetting the rest of the audience. Sparta police say the woman was extremely intoxicated and was not yelling at anyone in particular. More on these stories at townhall.com.
This is Chuck from Sunbelt Service Pros. Are you just not feeling it anymore with your AC service provider? Are you calling those guys because that's what you've always done, or because there's a sticker on the thermostat with an old phone number on it? How about this? Take a chance and you'll be thrilled to find that you're getting real value for your heating and cooling dollars. When you call Sunbelt Service Pros, you are dealing with a professional and reliable service provider. Our technicians are highly trained and certified and can quickly address any issues. Our customers find our technicians and office staff courteous, friendly, and professional throughout the whole process. We're doing something right here. You need to check us out. Find out what you've been missing and call us today. Sunbelt Service Pros at 910-944-2044 or go online to sunbeltservicepros.com.
Diabetics need more magnesium and B vitamins, not only to help them with diabetes, but also because nearly all diabetic meds deplete them. Health Innovations Pharmacy now offers Replenish, a line of complete multivitamins designed specifically to address those depletion issues, along with 5 other specific formulations. Since these are complete multivitamins, you can consolidate your pill box and budget. Even better when you consider Health Innovations Pharmacy offers 20% off all vitamins every day. Health Innovations Pharmacy offers flu, pneumonia, and shingle shots. Take advantage of special pricing going on now on lift chairs and rollators with $50 off. It's our way of saying thanks for allowing us to serve you, Moore County. Health Innovations Pharmacy on Pinehurst Avenue in Southern Pines. Locally owned, serving Moore County since 2001.
Aberdeen Prescription Shop is one of the best independent pharmacies. Despite the chain stores, customers prefer Aberdeen Prescription Shop for its personal service, drive-through window, and free delivery. All major insurance is accepted, including TRICARE. Order your prescriptions online at AberdeenRxShop.com or call 944-1313, 944-1313, or visit the Town and Country Shopping Center on US 1. Aberdeen Prescription Shop.
Just what the doctor ordered.
NCN News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. About 100 Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School students arrived at a Tallahassee, Florida high school late yesterday. They are preparing to march to the state capitol today, pushing to ban the assault-style rifle used to kill 17 of their fellow students a week ago. Correspondent Peter King is there.
From here to the Capitol, it's about a half-a-mile walk, but it's up a very, very steep incline in warm weather. The walk should take about 15 minutes or so. Their first meeting at 8 o'clock this morning with Attorney General Pam Bondi. Peter King, CBS News, Tallahassee.
North Carolina House Speaker Tim Moore, who is a father himself, is creating what's called the School Safety Committee. It's a bipartisan group that will study and implement ways to make all schools in North Carolina safer. Speaker Moore says,
"We're doing all we can to make sure that North Carolina schools are the safest in the country."
The president is pushing for new gun control measures in the wake of last week's shooting. Margaret Brennan is at the White House, where the president sits down today with parents, students, and teachers to talk about school safety.
In the wake of last week's massacre, the White House is showing a new openness to gun control measures. Today, the president will hold a listening session not only with members of the Parkland community, but also those impacted by past school shootings in Columbine and Sandy Hook.
A North Carolina pastor out hunting was killed when authorities say another hunter mistook him for a coyote. The Reverend Michael Seth Marsh was shot and killed on Monday night in Taylorsville. The U.S. Supreme Court is ending North Carolina's fight for a say in the operations and ownership of 4 hydroelectric dams under the theory the state has owned the riverbed since statehood and the country's independence. Alcoa built the dams. You're listening to NCN News.
At AT&T, we believe that access to affordable home internet brings you incredible opportunities. You can enjoy the power to explore a digital world of possibilities and connect with family, friends, and the things that matter most. That's why there's access from AT&T. If a member of your household is a SNAP participant, you may qualify for home internet at a discounted rate of $10 a month. No commitment, no deposit, no installation fee. Plus, get an in-home Wi-Fi gateway at no extra cost. Call 1-855-220-5211 or visit att.com/aware to learn more.
SNAP refers to the Federal Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Pricing excludes tax. Service will include a monthly data allowance depending on the type and speed of service you receive. If you exceed your monthly data plan allowance, you will be automatically charged $10 for each 50 gigabytes of data usage in excess of your data plan, even if less than 50 gigabytes is used. For details about data allowances, go to att.com/internet-usage. Wi-Fi enabled device required. Other restrictions apply.
Authorities have announced an indictment in the case of a young Rowan woman last seen alive in 2011. Rowan County Sheriff Kevin Auten told reporters Tuesday that Sandy and Casey Parsons will be charged with murder in the death of Erica Parsons. Auten says this development has been a long time coming.
It's a sense of relief. I won't say it's a happy feeling. It's relief that we've gotten here. It is a sense of accomplishment, but it's also saddening to keep reliving it.
A deadly storm system is causing dangerous flooding from Texas to the Great Lakes. 9 people have died in the storm. DeMarco Morgan reports.
Emergency crews used boats to evacuate people and pets from this neighborhood near the rising Bago Creek.
Water has come up a lot faster than what we kind of anticipated. From the time we've gotten here, I believe the water's come up probably about 10 feet.
Inside some homes, the floodwaters were ankle deep. The Indiana State Police is warning drivers against rolling the dice on roads covered by floodwaters.
It can be very dangerous. You don't know what's underneath that water. The road could be washed out, and it could be extremely deep.
Mark Cuban, the outspoken Shark Tank star and owner of the NBA Dallas Mavericks, says there's a problem in the team's front office, and we've got to fix it.
Cuban saying he's shocked at the expose. At least 6 women telling Sports Illustrated they left the industry entirely over the hostile work environment, as well as over the alleged inappropriate sexual conduct of former Mavericks president Turdima Ussery. Ussery faced down similar accusations 20 years ago. He's denying these new allegations. No players or coaches accused. In fact, Sports Illustrated describes the team's locker room as a refuge from the toxic office environment. Vicki Barker, CBS News.
A worker at the Salvation Army's headquarters for the Carolinas in Charlotte is accused of embezzling nearly $230,000. The employee has not been identified. Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
It's a ridge of high pressure in the upper atmosphere and at the surface where we are that's pumping a lot of low-level moisture into the area from the Gulf and a lot of warm weather as well. At least through Sunday, temperatures should be above normal. Morning clouds and fog, then partly to mostly cloudy this afternoon with highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. Tonight is partly to mostly cloudy with fog redeveloping, the low in the low 60s. Morning clouds and fog for Thursday, partly to mostly cloudy in the afternoon, maybe a shower, mid 70s to 80 for the highs. I'm Mike Mays in the Weather Center.
Right now, here in the Sand Hills area, we're looking at still foggy conditions, 65 degrees. Humidity maxed out at 100%, dew point 65, pressure 3048, wind southwest at 8, and visibility up to 6 miles. So still headlights on this morning. It is 8:12. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Wednesday hump day already. Well, the pilot reporting this morning that after hearing unified support from education, business, and community leaders, as well as impassioned pleas from several parents, the county commissioners took the final step Tuesday night to put 2 bond referendums totaling $123 million on the ballot in May. The commissioners were required to hold a public hearing before granting final approval to 2 separate bond orders, $103 million for the public schools to finance 3 elementary schools in Aberdeen, Southern Pines, and Pinehurst, and $20 million for Sand Hills Community College for a nursing education facility, and to put the question on the ballot for the May 8th primary election. Approval was swift and unanimous after the hearing, which attracted 12 speakers, including the mayors of Pinehurst, Southern Pines, and Aberdeen, Sand Hills Community College President John Dempsey, School Board Chairwoman Helena Wallen-Miller, and Chamber of Commerce President and CEO Linda Parsons. After the votes, County Manager Wayne Vest declared congratulations to the board and congratulations to the community, which drew a round of applause from those in the audience. And the Carthage Board of Commissioners plan to address a growing number of portable basketball hoops popping up in the town's right-of-ways. Tim Robinson, the town manager, says there has been an uptick in basketball goals being replaced at the edge of the street, whereby children and adults play basketball on town streets. It is both unsafe and detracts from the appearance of residential streets, Robinson wrote in a memo to commissioners. Additionally, these basketball goals can interfere with utility trucks and trash collection. According to Robinson, the town already has an ordinance in place that prohibits portable hoops from being placed in streets or right-of-ways. Under Robinson's proposed method of enforcement, the goals will be confiscated by the town. If they are not removed within 48 hours, residents would be forced to pay a $50 fee in order to reclaim confiscated goals. And if you're harboring a fugitive, don't be surprised that the law comes a knocking. A Robbins woman found that out when she was charged with harboring one. Law enforcement arrested Jenny Elaine Hardy, 33, and charged her with one count of harboring a fugitive. She was placed in the detention center under a $25,000 secured bond. That's your latest Sand Hills news this morning, but stand by. Here comes your latest in sports right here on Talk 97.3 FM and 990 AM WEEB. It is 8:16.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. A handful of college programs in play last night in North Carolina. In Raleigh, freshman Braxton Beverly scored 16 points, 15 of them coming by way of 5 first-half three-pointers. And Alaric Freeman scored a team-high 20 points as the Wolfpack bounced Boston College 82-66 for their third straight win. Head coach Kevin Keats.
What a great game for us. Proud of these guys. You know, we had some great contributions from a lot of people. It was good to see Malik get in there and do some different stuff. I told the team after the game that when you're not playing well, you know, just root for your teammates, and I thought we did that.
NC State went scoreless on its first 12 possessions against BC at PNC Arena in Raleigh. Kevin Keats, after, commented on the slow start.
I thought we played well. We found a way to win when I didn't think we were particularly sharp. Even though when you look at us, we scored 82 points. We didn't play a flawless game at all. I thought we were a little rusty for whatever reason.
But Wolfpack did win, and they improved 19-9 and 9-6 in the ACC. Other finals last night, Francis Alonso scored 24 points, and James Dickey finished with a double-double to propel UNC Greensboro to its fourth straight win, 76-66 over Wofford. Mercer, they mangled Western Carolina 81-64. On the verge of failing to reach the playoffs for the second consecutive season, at a record of 24-33, the Hornets fired GM Rich Cho. Michael Jordan's college teammate Buzz Peterson, who was brought in last year to serve as assistant GM, is a potential replacement for Cho, at least in the interim. Louisville must vacate its 2013 men's basketball title following an NCAA appeals panel decision to uphold sanctions against the men's program in the sex scandal case. The Cardinals will have to vacate 123 total victories, including the championship, and return $600,000 in postseason revenue. If you had Michigan in your 2013 NCAA bracket, now is the time to make your case. This is NCN Sports.
At AT&T, we believe that access to affordable home internet brings you incredible opportunities. You can enjoy the power to explore a digital world of possibilities and connect with family, friends, and the things that matter most. That's why there's access from AT&T. If a member of your household is a SNAP participant, you may qualify for home internet at a discounted rate of $10 a month. No commitment, no deposit, no installation fee. Plus, get an in-home Wi-Fi gateway at no extra cost. Call 1-855-220-5211 or visit att.com/aware to learn more.
SNAP refers to the Federal Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Pricing excludes tax. Service will include a monthly data allowance depending on the type and speed of service you receive. If you exceed your monthly data plan allowance, you will be automatically charged $10 for each 50 gigabytes of data usage in excess of your data plan, even if less than 50 gigabytes is used. For details about data allowances, go to att.com/internet-usage. Wi-Fi enabled device required. Other restrictions apply.
Lindsey Vonn did not get gold, but instead won the bronze in her last Olympic downhill of her career. The American was beaten by her friend Sofia Goggia of Italy. Meanwhile, high excitement and high drama for Team USA and men's hockey.
Mental hopes for the U.S. men's hockey team came to a sudden end as the Americans lost to the Czech Republic 3-2 in a shootout. Neither team could score in overtime. That forced the shootout, each team getting 5 chances to score. Both goaltenders excelled. U.S. goaltender Ryan Zapolsky stopped 4 of the 5 shots, but the Czech goaltender stopped all 5. Steve Futterman, CBS News at the Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang.
And NBC not happy that the NHL players not taking part. The executives for NBC Sports saying that ratings are down heavily across all their platforms for Olympic viewers. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
We have so little control over our lives. We have even less if we sit by and allow a few select people to run things. Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and I'm hoping, very humbly, that I can put together the right words so I can truly convince you the importance of getting rid of the current Moore County good old boy system. And we need to start with the establishment sheriff. I do know, it's almost impossible, voting out a guy who seems so personable to your face. The The turnover rate in the sheriff's department's out of control. The sheriff sees to it that family members don't get charged for crimes that regular citizens are serving time for in jail. He hid his son's crime. Then later on he called it a personnel matter. Folks, this is just not right. Most deputies or former deputies are afraid to speak out. One retired, high-ranking deputy posted on his Facebook page yesterday that the current sheriff's full of lies and full of deceit. Now, I'm supporting Steve Adams for sheriff. He's not part of the establishment, and he cannot be bought and he cannot be swayed by the very few unelected officials who run Moore County and have run it for years. Here's the problem. Steve can't get on the ballot, and that's part of the entrenched system, too. It's one way they keep their competition down. When I saw all the smiling candidates, many of whom I support, registering to run Monday, I thought they should have to go out and collect signatures, just like Steve. All they've got to do is write a check, and then they're on the ballot. And on top of that, the establishment even hinders the collection of signatures. You may remember the lady who was trying to collect signatures for Steve in Vass. She was told she could not collect signatures anywhere in the city. And you know who was standing there when that happened? The chief of police. So I hope you'll help. Sign the petition to get Steve on the ballot, please. Your signature is not an obligation to vote for him. It's merely an opportunity to allow democracy to have a slim chance in our sheriff's election.
To find out how to sign the petition, go to adamsforsheriff.com. That's adamsforsheriff.com. Click on Sign Petition. Paid for by Adams for Sheriff.
Do you know what's lurking in the water that comes in contact with you and your family? Is there something in your water? Bad odor, bacteria, iron, lead, arsenic, brown or blue-green stains? Do you have dry skin, hair discoloration, or your water just tastes bad? If you need an RO system or water conditioning, then it's time to call American Water Treatment Services. We at American believe that we can do just about anything with your water except walk on it. Our water guys believe that you, as a customer, deserve prompt and courteous service at a fair price. American Water Treatment is fully insured with a AAA Plus rating by the Better Business Bureau. Call American Water Treatment for a free in-home water analysis. You can also find us in the yellow pages under Water. Call American Water Treatment at 910-944-3140 or online at AmericanWTS.com. Call us at 910-944-3140 and ask for the Water Guys, 944-3140.
Serving more people, more places, 24/7. If your AC breaks down, we'll restore your indoor heaven. Installation or repair, one call will be there. It's your family, don't delay. Comfort's just a call away. We're Comfort Services. Comfort Services.
You've heard the comment, save your energy. Well, Comfort Services can save your energy bill and make your home more comfortable. Specializing in insulation, HVAC, and comprehensive air quality services. Locally owned since 2003, Comfort Services is nationally certified and a Carrier Energy Expert dealer with highly qualified technicians. Go to ComfortServicesinc.com or call 910-695-2665 on Highway 5 next to Habitat in Aberdeen. 910-695-2665.
Comfort's just a call away. Comfort Services.
By using local businesses, you give back to your community, supporting your police, fire, and rescue departments, town maintenance, and schools. You create jobs and friendships. John Cole's Plumbing Professionals has been your plumbing contractor for many years and wants to continue serving this great community for many more to come. For outstanding service, call your local plumber, John Cole's Plumbing Professionals, 910-639-4933, 639-4933. Easy Mobility Rentals believes that you should be independent and remain in your own home. Their rental program allows you to rent mobility scooters, ramps, lift chairs, and much more. If you need it long-term, buy it. Need it short-term, rent it. At Easy Mobility Rentals, Rick or Chuck will personally help you with your mobility needs at their Aberdeen showroom. Go online to easymobilityrentals.com or call 910-944-7030, 944-7030. The Moore County Home Builders Association presents the 2018 Spring Home and Garden Expo Friday, March 2nd through Sunday the 4th at the Pinehurst Fair Barn. Over 35 exhibitors just waiting to help you turn your home into a castle. Seminars and demonstrations Saturday on remodeling or building a custom home to landscaping and home maintenance. On Sunday, safety demonstrations by the Pinehurst Fire Department and home crime prevention by the Moore County Sheriff's Department. Admission is $7 per person, free for children 12 and under, and Friday active military admitted free. Food trucks and craft beer will be available all weekend. It's the 2018 Spring Home and Garden Expo, March 2nd to 4th at the Pinehurst Fair Barn. Friday and Sunday 11 to 5 and 9 to 5 on Saturday. Sponsored by Builders First Source and Ferguson's Bath and Kitchen Gallery. Also by Garage Storage Solutions and by Southmore Heating and Cooling. For more details, go online to mchba.com and click on events or visit the Moore County Home Builders Facebook page.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. I'm a pretty lucky guy. I've been able to do a lot of neat things in my life. One of the things I was able to do was work with the Chicago Police Gang Units, an amazing group of men and women. Riding with them and going from one gang shooting to another made me understand how dangerous their job can be. I was also able to interview in the Cook County Jail several high-ranking gang members. Now, these are serious bad guys. They're not wannabe gangsters like we have here. These are guys who've been directly involved in numerous murders and various other crimes. One thing they made very clear to me, the gang determines what happens. No one in the gang is allowed to think for themselves. When the gang says kill, you kill. When the gang wants you to rob or steal or pimp yourself out, that's what you do. No one from another gang can infringe on your territory. And if you do, they kill them. You know who should not be like that? Republicans and Democrats. You're not gangs. You do not tell the people who they can vote for. Shame. Shame on you. All Republicans and all Democrats aren't like the good old boys in charge. It's time to stand up and vote for the best candidate, not the one our party mafia says we must or should vote for. The bosses don't like disruption in their little circles. They hate candidates running against their chosen few. I'm very proud of those who stick their neck out and tell the truth, like me, in the Zumwalt Zone.
We are starting our Wednesday morning with plenty of clouds and fog around, and it shouldn't be quite as dense as what we woke up to Tuesday morning. Later this afternoon, it becomes partly cloudy. It's warm, the high in the upper 70s to low 80s. Tonight is partly to mostly cloudy, and fog develops after midnight. It's warm with the low in the low 60s. Tomorrow, we'll start off with low clouds and fog, partly to mostly cloudy in the afternoon. Cannot rule out a shower. The high temperature in the mid-70s to about 80 degrees. I'm Mike Mays in the North Carolina News Network Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills number one morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM and 990 AM WEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Ahead of midterm elections, court finds across the country over the alleged manipulation of congressional districts to favor one party.
Well, an argument's not the same as contradiction.
Can be.
No, it can't. An argument's a connected series of statements to establish a definite proposition.
Get excited about Wednesday.
It's the morning.
When I was your age, we didn't have alarm clocks. Buckle up, because it's going to be a bumpy ride.
A lot of people are going to find you annoying.
And you drive them insane all over again.
Hosting a radio show is fun.
So this is going to make me happy?
Yeah.
My friends tell me I have a wicked sense of humor.
Ah, this is going to be fun.
Showtime.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams. Matt off today with a routine medical checkup. You know, the kind. They got an x-ray back. And, you know, they've looked in his head before, can't find any brains, and they looked at another x-ray down below and said, well, that's where the head is. So they're going up the tailpipe to try to find his head. They found some brave doctor willing to do it. God bless you, doctor. You're going to be in for 2 hours of torture. When Matt starts telling his stupid Reader's Digest joke, the doctor's going to say, turn that anesthesia up. Shut this boy up. He's going to be wishing he had the off button like I have on my mic. Get to hear that stupid peanut joke one more time. Anyway, welcome into Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, and don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on our live video stream. That's available to you at talk973.com. One click you're watching if you're on the website. The top link's right there at the top middle of the page. Actually, it'll take you 2 clicks to get to it, but it's there. If you're on a mobile device, your YouTube app can get you to the video. Just put Mornings with the Leader Man into your search, and Leader Man's all one word. If you're on a mobile device just needing our crystal clear digital audio stream, that's available to you by using your TuneIn app or iTunes. Just put WEEB into that search. And as always, you can get that crystal clear digital audio stream off of our website at talk973.com. That's talk973.com. Upper right-hand corner of every web page is a icon that says Listen Live. Just tap on that, one click, and you're listening. Just that quick. Can't be much easier than that. All right, weather for us today here in the Sandhills area. Look for partly cloudy skies today, high of 81. Then tonight, partly cloudy, 62 for a low. For Thursday, more partly cloudy, 78 for a high. Thursday night, 58. Friday, sunny and 76. Saturday, some clouds move in. So does the 20% chance of rain throughout the weekend. Actually, they've upped it now. It's going to be 40% on Sunday and Monday. But anyway, partly cloudy over the period. Look for a high Saturday, 77, 78 on Sunday. Monday, we start a cooling trend. 70, 66 on Monday, 63 on Tuesday. And Wednesday, we're back down into the 50s. Right now, around the Sandhills, though, let me refresh this, see if we got the latest, greatest. Yep, we do. Winds are southwest at 8 miles per hour. Visibility 6 miles. Pressure is 3048. Dew point at a 60-65. Humidity maxed out. And it's foggy and 65 degrees here at Talk 97.3 FM and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 8:33, 33 past the hour. Let's move on to morning rim shots for this morning. Let's see. What else was there? Was something else I wanted to. Oh, yeah. The president yesterday. He's trying to ban. He's putting in place the motions to get rid of bump stock attachments for guns that would make it easier to rapid shoot a bullet, and also making it illegal, putting in regulations that will make it illegal to put to transform a semi-automatic into an automatic weapon, because there are kits out there where you can take a weapon and you put in, or there are instructions out there also on how to convert a weapon over from a semi to an automatic, and you're going to make all that illegal, and it should be. But you know what? The libs just won't give them any credit for anything. You know, until the Second Amendment's repealed for them, they're never going to be happy. But this is a good step. You know, it will make the world a safer place. You know, before anybody picks up a weapon, obviously they ought to have some education on it, in my opinion, because this is something you're not allowed to mistake with. One mistake and people die, maybe yourself. And also, you should have a background check too. Now, that's already required on any purchase of a firearm. But these are two good steps. But the press, of course, won't belabor at all on those steps that he took. They'll just criticize him because, you know, the old do something crowd. I went into a liberal chat room. I got some friends on Facebook that are liberals, and that's fine to have a different opinion. I like hearing from liberals because that way at least I know their side of the argument. But all I see them posting up are little graphics that they got from somewhere. And basically they're all, the premise of their argument is to get rid of all guns. And I remind you that Russia did it, then China did it, and over 100 million of their citizens have been killed by their government because they can't fight back. The Second Amendment is not there so much for personal protection, although that's a good byproduct of it. It's there for protection from our own government. Should it ever get out of hand, that we can be weaponized and take our government back if necessary, by force if necessary. We're not there yet, but, you know, it's as the government grows bigger and bigger and more intrusive, you always want them to know that the citizens can fight back if the ballot box breaks down. Because you never know what government's going to do. It feeds on itself. And there will be those that profit greatly from government. We have it now with every congressman and senator up there is privileged to a lot of insider trader information. Let me ask you, ever seen a broke congressman come away from the Senate, from the Congress, or a broke senator retire? I haven't. And they're making $175,000 a year. That's not terrible pay, but it's not get-rich pay. But yet they come out. Maxine Waters lives in a $4.5 million house. How is that possible on $175,000 a year? Unless she inherited a terrible amount of money somewhere. A $4.5 million home. Well, you know how it's happening. They're all getting these insider trading tips. How did Hillary make all that, what was it, $800,000 in a day on cattle futures or meat futures, some kind of future trade? She got inside information. But it's legal. It's not illegal for them to do that. If you or I did it, of course, we end up in prison. But that's why the Second Amendment's there, so we can take our government back if necessary. And to keep the government in check. Now, supposedly, our military can never go against a civilian. Let's hope that always stays in play. All right, it is 8:38 past the hour. We'll move on to rim shots. Put you in a better mood so you can get to work this morning. Say, shut up, Steve. You're depressing me. All right, rim shots. Oh, before we do that, we have to do this. This is going to be a one-handed version of this anyway.
And now it's time for Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Or BS.
Don't get me back to good bullshit.
Well, it's time for a rousing round of yes or BS. That's where we're going to give you a statement. You decide whether it's true or it's total BS. And since Matt's not here, I'll have to answer for him. And you know how that's going to go. Anyway, that's the fun part of it. So today's topic is Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, which celebrates its 50th anniversary earlier this week. There's a Mr. Rogers, here's the question, there is a Mr. or statement, there is a Mr. Rogers movie in the works and Matthew Broderick is playing him. And Matt answers, true. Well, that's false. Tom Hanks is playing him. And there was an online survey a few years ago, though, and a lot of people thought Matthew Broderick would be a good choice. Jim Parsons from The Big Bang Theory was the top pick. Hanks wasn't even one of the choices, but he's going to play him. Sit down like Forrest Gump and talk to us. No, you have to go back to kindergarten talk. Hello, boys and girls. It's me, Mr. Rogers. I'm putting on my sweater. Can you say sweater? All right, question 2. The real Fred Rogers, went to high school with golfer Arnold Palmer. And Matt says false. He's wrong. He did. They both grew up in Pennsylvania, near Pittsburgh, at Latrobe. And he was about 18 months older than Arnie. He wrote, meaning Fred Rogers, wrote the song Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And Matt would say false, but he did. He wrote a bunch of songs from the show, including the theme. Before he was on TV, he was a very good piano player and got a degree in music. Someone stole his car once and then brought it back when they found out it was his. Matt says false, but that's true. He drove an old Impala, and someone stole it from outside the TV station, and after it made the news, they brought it back 48 hours later, parked it in the same spot, and left a note that said that they wouldn't have taken it had they known it was his car. And last but not least, way before he was Batman or Beetlejuice, Michael Keaton got his start on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Matt would say false, but he'd be wrong again. Yes, it's true. He grew up in Pittsburgh where it was filmed. Once one of his first jobs was as a puppeteer on the show. And he also operated the trolley. So that was his exciting start in the world of television or entertainment. Okay. Now it's 8:42 past the hour. Let's move on with Rim Shots this morning. There's a controversial new show on Netflix where they try to manipulate a man into actually committing murder. How do they do it, you ask? Well, they lock him in a room with Fergie singing the national anthem over and over again. At some point, you will break. Blake China's lawyers called for swift action against whoever leaked her sex tape, so expect them to file a six-figure lawsuit against Blake China. R. Kelly has been evicted from 2 homes he was renting. Yep, apparently the snobby landlord got all uppity when he discovered all the furniture was completely soaked in pee. Kourtney Kardashian only weighs 98 pounds, coincidentally. That's the same weight of each of her sister Kim's butt cheeks. Have you seen them lately? Oof. Drake gives away $1 million in his new video. I like to think I'd do the same if I had $1 million. Well, I have. They're called ex-wives, yeah. 3 ex-wives. That'll tear into a savings account. A new North Korean speed skater crashed twice during a single race. It's all part of a plan to spend the rest of his life trolling away in a Pyongyang labor camp, I guess. Yeah, imperial leader will not take losing. You go to prison forever. Major League Baseball unveiled some new rules aimed at making the game shorter, but none of them are nearly as effective as mine. Just fall asleep during the 6th inning. And Iceland may become the first European country to ban male circumcision. Personally, I didn't know circumcision was such a bad thing until someone tipped me off. And temperatures could reach up to 80 degrees in Washington today. Yeah, I hear Bill and Hillary are going to be there. It's going to be so hot, people already forming a line to stand between Bill and Hillary's. Stormy Daniels says she's ready to reveal everything about her affair with Donald Trump. So if you're looking for a graphic depiction of sex with Donald Trump, what the heck's wrong with you people? A Revolutionary War reenactment was canceled by California, get this, due to the town's gun laws. But more importantly, because the historically accurate food rations would have contained gluten. Ooh. KFC has a chicken shortage in the United Kingdom. We told you about that. Meanwhile, the U.S., here in the good old U.S. of A., KFC has a shortage of old celebrities willing to play the Colonel. Police in Indiana are looking for a woman who threw feces at a security guard after he spotted her shoplifting in a hardware store. So now the FBI's most wanted list on that, she's number 2. And chicken prefer attractive humans to less attractive ones. This is true. You paid money for this study. But their absolute favorite are attractive vegan humans, of course. All right, well, a new study says that drinking 2 beers a day can make you live longer. That's right. This is all true. But there's much more to love about this delicious beverage. Here are the top benefits of drinking beer. Top benefits of drinking beer. First of all, it's cheaper than Tide Pods, that's for sure. The bottle gives you something to smash across the face of anyone who mocked your Oakland Raiders neck tattoo. It will make you just like the most interesting man in the world, minus the interesting part. Developing an enormous belly will earn you extra income in December when you work as a mall Santa. You're always ready for an impromptu burping contest. Other top benefits of drinking beer. You're always ready for an impromptu. I did that. If it was good enough for mom to drink while you were a fetus, it's good enough for you to drink as an adult. Hell, you can free up time by driving all your friends away once you start rattling off everything you know about craft beers. A few more reasons, benefits of drinking beer. The money you spend will go to make more commercials with catchphrases you can't get out of your head. Dilly dilly. When you meet Germans, you can thank them for beer instead of blaming them for wars. Getting up from your chair every 20 minutes to pee builds strong quad muscles. And last but not least, benefit of drinking beer, you'll have a lot more hookups because it'll make your standards way, way lower. Those are the benefits of drinking all that beer. All right, 8:48 past the hour. Okay, it's time to do it, boys and girls. Let's go chase some bad guys.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were 8 and you had bad traits, you go to school.
All right, my friends, it's time once again. Suck in that big breath of air, let that big hairy chest stick out. Strut across the floor like you own it in the style of John Wayne the Duke. Open up those closet doors, look at all 30 of those Liberty safes from McCarthy Shooting Sports. Today we'll go to my little personal locker. Safe number 29. And there we're going to reach in and grab what I call my surgeon. Yes, it's my favorite weapon of all. It's my Smith & Wesson 22 semi-automatic. I call it the surgeon because the bullet comes in, cuts you up, and never comes out. Throw that into the shoulder holster, pin on her badge. We're going to grab 6 cans of whoop-ass today. As we head out the door now in relentless pursuit of stupid criminal news. Stupid criminal news number 1 this morning. I've got a criminal here, and I say she can steal my package anytime. Come on. It's Friday. What's that? It's not Friday? Well, it's Friday somewhere. What's that? It's not Friday anywhere? Let's move on here. The police in El Dorado Hills, California, tried to find a woman who was caught on camera stealing packages from outside of a house last week. And her disgusting feature and her distinguishing feature, she was not wearing a shirt, just a jacket and a bra. It's not clear why she's not wearing a shirt. Maybe it's laundry day for her. Anyway, the police are circulating the security footage to see if they can pick up a tip to track down this woman. Yeah, I got a picture of it here. I don't know why the guy left his garage door wide open. Anyway, I'm sure with that picture circulating, at least the guys will look. Stupid criminal news number 2 this morning. I think this woman might have confused 911 with Alexa Surrey. A 54-year-old Loretta Jones of Cedar Falls, Iowa, called 911 5 times in January. 3 times it was because her toilet was clogged and she wanted to help fixing it. And 2 times it was because she was having issues with her TV. I think she was looking for 411. Remember that? That Information Please book, I think it was called 411. That's back when they had books. Anyway, the police eventually responded to one of her calls about her toilet, and they arrested her for making a false report. Stay off that 911 line. Somebody might actually need to use it. And last but not least this morning, a woman who was shopping at a hardware store in Indianapolis last week, and a security guard spotting her shoplifting a video camera. Those things get smaller and smaller, easier to conceal. Remember when you had to rest them on your shoulder? He didn't realize she had countermeasures ready. According to the police report, she, quote, reached behind her, dug into her pants, and pulled out a handful of feces and threw it at the guard, striking him in the chest and sticking him all up. While he was dealing with the shock and horror of that, I guess in prison they call that gassing, she ran out the store. The police are reviewing the security footage, trying to track her down. I think if somebody hit me with a wad of feces, I'd be hot on their trail. They wouldn't be able to get away when that adrenaline kicked in. I'd make sure she'd be smelling what she dealt. And that's our stupid criminal news for today. All right, it is 8:54, 54 past the hour. And from our good news file today, before we do our random facts, there are some good things that happen out there. Imagine this, ladies. You're flying across the country, and after you get where you're going, you realize, oh, I lost my engagement ring somewhere along the way. Did you take it off because there was a handsome man sitting next to you? but you have no idea where it is. Well, that's what happened to a woman in San Francisco named Britt Morin last week when she flew from New York to Wyoming. She's actually a minor celebrity. She owns a media company, Britt & Company. Anyway, when she got there, she realized she was missing her engagement ring and her wedding ring. And she didn't know where she lost them. But she let United Airlines know about it. So they were on the lookout. And luckily, her engagement ring was found by a very honest gate agent who put it in a safe to make sure no one else walked off with it. Then they gave it to a pilot who was flying to San Francisco where Britt lives. And he hand-delivered it to her earlier this week. Not clear if anyone found her wedding ring yet. But she posted a photo of the engagement ring on Twitter, and it was a pretty big rock on it, so it was a huge find. She wrote on Twitter that the whole thing has given her a newfound faith in humanity and in the airlines. Yeah, if you dig down deep enough on just most people, you can find the good. And there are people with integrity who will do the right thing when, even when no one's looking. I was out there in the front yard up here one time. I'm not tooting my own horn on this, but yeah, I am. And I found a very expensive tennis racket, great big diamonds and rubies on it, huge. And I had no clue who owned it. Now, I know the lawnmower had hit it once because the glass was gone on it. Or maybe that was why it fell off in the lawn. But I knew each one of those diamonds were expensive. Each one of those rubies were expensive. Yeah, I could have gone and cashed those babies in. But we held it here for several days. And then I saw this new lady that lived next door walking her dog over on the property. And I went up to her and asked her how she was doing and everything. She probably thought I was there to chase her off. I said, no. I said, you didn't by chance lose a tennis bracelet, did you? She says, yes. Yes. I said, what did it look like? And she described it to a T. I said, well, come here. Went to the station. I gave it to her. And she, it was hers. And she was so grateful for it. The next thing I know, she went home and crocheted me a little couch comforter and brought it to me. I have appreciation. And I said, I'm very appreciative. I still use it today. It was very nice. And then every time I turned around, she was bringing me dinner because she knew I was a bachelor, and she probably saw one of my plates and how ugly it looked and took pity on me and cooked me dinner. And it was more. She probably cooked me 50 dinners. All for doing the right thing. All right, so it goes for this, what is this, Wednesday hump day already. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow for a Thursday already day. Until then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on our airways. Why? Because they're the backbone of our economy. When you give them first crack at your spending dollars, your money will stay here, roll over, and create jobs for all of us. And don't forget, millions of Americans, they have fought, they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. So live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams, and the Leader Man and Nick the Dog. We'll all see you this afternoon at the hot, sweaty Dog Park at 2.